guys, welcome back to another Ted's Tuesday Fitness Challenge. Today is all about that post-exercise or post-practice cool-down stretch. So one of the most critical times in the day in our training sessions to maintain flexibility, pliability, and overall health. We're going to bring in Patrick. Patrick, welcome. Great to have you. Thanks for coming. Patrick, former Division I track and field athlete from the LSU Tigers in the SEC, personal trainer down here in Orange County, California. Patrick's going to help demonstrate some of the best stretches that we can do immediately post-activity. Patrick, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're going to start out with a side-lying T-spine rotation. So we're going to open up the shoulders. Our side-lying position component is this. We want a 90-degree angle, so bring me that right arm right here, Patrick, and lock down your legs. Right arm on top. So as you get into this 90-90 position, we're looking for a 90-degree bend and a 90-degree bend. Patrick's next going to take a deep inhale in. We'll just do reps here. Inhale, and then he's going to slowly start to open up that shoulder. And our goal is to rotate through the thoracic spine as we keep those legs pinned down. That's the middle aspect of the back. As humans, we're designed to stretch and to move through our thoracic spine. When we run into a lot of problems with our lower back tightness and lower back pain, which is very common, a lot of that is because we're rotating through the lumbar spine. This is an exercise when we participate in 5 reps each side that will help open up that thoracic spine and help us maintain our mobility through that mid-spine region. Great job. We'll do 5 on this side, Patrick, then we'll switch it up and we'll head on over to the other side. He's doing a great job of maintaining those legs locked down, keeping that 90-degree bend in both the upper and the lower leg. Great job. Good, and let's switch it up. We're going to continue on the opposite side. So everything we do, we would match right side to left side. Once again, this is designed for post-activity. You just completed a hard training session, just completed a practice, maybe even a pickup basketball game, anything that you're into that's physically taxing or creating physical activity. This is phenomenal to do immediately after that. Our body is pliable, our muscles are warmed up, they're heated up, they're ready to go through a greater range of motion. So this will improve our flexibility, but will also improve our mobility with certain movements like this T-spine rotation. Good job, Patrick, good. When we complete that last rep, we're gonna go into a pigeon stretch. Let's start with the right leg. One of the other aspects of our body when we look at just the anatomical structure of what anyone who's trying to stay and maintain physical activity, that outer hip region, which Patrick's going to cross over into what we term a pigeon stretch and start to drop down. The beauty with this one, as you increase flexibility, you can slowly walk your arms out to increase the range of motion. You can slowly drop to an elbow, and we're always going to encourage strong breathing. So we're going to work this for about 20 seconds on each side. As you gain flexibility, you can hold these stretches upwards of even 30 seconds. Once again, base this and modify this off of what you need. Listen to your body. One more deep breath, Patrick. Deep inhale in through the nose, smooth, slow, and steady out through the mouth, and go ahead and switch it up. We'll move over to the left side. So as we transition to this left side, same exact rules apply. We're trying to cross over, and then we're going to slowly increase our range of motion as we work in to incorporate our breath work. Deep, slow, steady breath in. Deep, slow, steady breath out. If you don't have access to a timer, a stopwatch, one easy method here is count your breaths. Tell yourself each side of the pigeon stretch, we're going to go through 5 very slow, very controlled breath cycles. 3 to 5 second inhale, 3 to 5 second exhale. Once you've completed about 5 of those, do one more breath, Patrick. Then we'll transition to our next stretch, which is going to be a side-lying hip flexor stretch. And let's go into the right side hip flexor stretch. Once again, a very key component of the body when we look at the anatomy of anyone who's trying to maintain physical activity. It's this front part of the hip, all the way from our rectus femoris into our hip flexor. So the one thing I'm going to do is making sure we're driving this, and we want this bottom leg to be in a 90-90 position, sometimes even anchoring this foot against a couch, a sofa, anything you have available if you're doing this stretch in your living room. Once again, we're going to time this and tag this to either breaths or time, somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds each side of the body as we hold. Then I can trigger into Patrick, just maintain that common breath cycle. Very consistent, very smooth. Make sure we're breathing in and breathing out. Let's get one last breath cycle right here. Inhale and exhale. Perfect, great breath. And we're going to switch it up. We're going to transition to the left side, As we go into this, same rules apply. We want the bottom leg in a 90-90 position. One other aspect of this particular exercise, looking at the torso and the core, we want to maintain structural stability, but we want to maintain firmness. So we want to flex the abs. What we want to avoid is lumbar extension. We don't want to see a rounding in the lower back. We really want to keep those ribs compressed and condensed so that we maintain stability there. Let's get 2 more breaths, Patrick. Great job. Deep breath in. Reminder to breathe in. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Nice. Last one. And then we're going to transition into our calf stretch. Good. All right, let's go to our right side calf stretch. Now we're working down the lower part of the leg. This aspect is very important for foot striking and just overall health of the lower leg, specifically in the calf. We're going to start by targeting the gastroc. So the gastroc, the higher muscle, the muscle you think of when you think of the calves, really the showy muscles with the 2 hooks. When we go into that, we're trying to maintain a straight leg. We're going to do 10 repetitions here, and you'll notice Patrick is rocking forward, and while he exhales, he's trying to pin that heel down on that side. Once again, work your range of motion. You might not be able to get all the way down there. That's okay. One way to modify this, elevate your hands. You could do this against a sofa. You could do this against a wall. As you slowly gain more flexibility, then you can transition in. Let's show them the soleus, emphasize. So as we transition into this, lower down the leg, as we get into the soleus muscle, really important aspect of the lower posterior chain as well, we're going to bend the knee. So it turns into almost a single leg squat type of movement, and we're still trying to finish as close to that flat heel position as possible at the top. Let's do 2 more. Typically do between 10 and 15 repetitions of the gastroc and between 5 and 10 of the soleus. And we'll go to the left side. Same thing, we're going to match everything we did on the right to the left side. We're going to start with the gastroc. Right leg will cross over the left. Straight leg positioning, still focused on our torso. We want stability, we want strength, we want firmness through that core. Keep that musculature firing to stabilize our body. Good, we'll go through about 10 here, then we'll hit 5 on that soleus. Doing good, Patrick. Always encouraging that breath, so typically we want the exhale form right here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Great job, Patrick, good. Get 10 there, and then we'll transition into the soleus. Doing great, perfect. And a reminder, this is post-activity. This is after we've already developed a sweat. This is after we've already heated up our body tissue. You should feel pliable. You should feel loose. You should feel like you're ready to attack whatever's coming up next. And this is a great time to develop greater range of motion, greater flexibility, which will help us move a lot longer and a lot healthier. Nice, great job, Patrick. Exhale. Good. Time your breath. Tag your breath to these exercises. Reminder, either on a timer, on a stopwatch, or counting your breaths. Perfect. Then we're going to go into that anterior ankle right after that one. Good, Patrick. Beautiful. I love it. Now simple, we're just going to sit back, stretch, and relax. So now we're targeting the anterior aspect of the shin muscle, so tibialis anterior and some of the musculature that's on the front side. Once again, if your knees don't allow you to bend quite this far, you can elevate your leg. You can put it up on a bench, on a chair. What we're trying to do is get the foot as flat as possible to open up the front side of that shin and some of the musculature that's responsible for what we call dorsiflexion, raising the toes up towards the ceiling. We'll hold this for approximately 20 to 30 seconds or 5 to 6 breath counts. Deep, slow, smooth in, deep, slow, smooth, consistent out. And then from this, we'll finish in our final stretch sequence. We're going to go into a V-sit position, and we're going to target the hamstrings. A lot of lower body emphasis here because obviously the lower body contains a lot of our musculature. So if you look at our anatomy, we are very heavy on the lower body. We're going to stretch those big muscle groups like the glutes, like we did with the pigeon stretch. But we're still not going to negate the spine. We want that T-spine to be nice and open. All right, Patrick, let's go to a seated position, V. We're going to start down the right side. So we'll go a right side hamstring stretch. Patrick's just going to reach to his toes or wherever he's capable of getting to. If you can only get to the ankles, that's great. Just work your range of motion. And then as we slowly start to progress that range, we're going to develop greater flexibility. So don't feel like you have to stretch past a pain point. Make sure you're listening to your body. You should feel slight tightness and then try to breathe through that. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. And you definitely shouldn't feel pain once we're in these static stretch positions. Make sure you're listening to your body. About 3 more seconds. 2, 1, time. Let's go left side. Patrick's doing a great job of maintaining his foot position too. This is consistent and accurate. We want the toes straight up, and we want to develop that easy, smooth flowing breath. We're reaching as far as we're capable without hitting that pain point, listening to our body and continuing to stretch. Let's get 1 more deep breath in, 1 more exhale out. And last stretch, we're going to stretch right down the center. So as we go into the middle, we're just going to try to walk our fingertips out and gain a little bit of ground. Big key here, we don't want to feel any pain in the back. We don't want to feel any pain through the hamstrings. We want to feel a little bit of a light tension in a stretch. 10 seconds and we're home. Good, Patrick, finish strong. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. That's a wrap. Great job. Sweet. That is our 10-minute post-activity easy cool down stretch. So as we go through this, once again, encouraging you to always take care of your body. This is a great time when you can develop greater flexibility and range of motion, which will help us throughout life, moving it better. Make sure you click and hit like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys being here. Keep attacking the day.